Hello everyone, my name is Gibson and we meet in this video to set up together the Gibson server mode, which is a small mode for Crab Game that will allow you to host servers with additional options. So here we are in a fairly early version of the mode, so there will be additions later, but already I will explain to you how the mode works. It will frequently be identical if there are upcoming updates. So what you will require as a prerequisite is Bepinex, which you will need to have installed beforehand in Crab Game. If you don't know how to do it, you can watch online tutorials. And simply go to plugins and place the Gibson server mode in this location. You can have additional modes with, it is not too much of a problem. Once it is done, you will simply launch your game. Once you launch the game, you will see that a new folder will be created. Here is Gibson server mode. And inside, quite a few files. The first thing we're going to look at before even starting a game is the Gibson server controller. It is a compact application that accompanies the modification, and it will enable you to effortlessly set up a multitude of things with greater ease and convenience. Rather than delving into the files and making adjustments to the values, for instance, we have the option to directly employ the Gibson server controller. Consequently, when you execute the .exe, it may prompt you to install .NET 8. It will be necessary to complete. It is crucial to utilize the app. If you do not possess it, just follow the steps that it recommends. There you go. If you have all the necessary items, which is a positive situation, typically you will end up on this small menu. And here you can already choose a lot of things. What we can do, for example, is take Bitter Beach. It's a map of the game, and we can click here on Edit. We can choose the minimum number of players for this map. That is to say, how many minimum players will be required for the map to load, and the maximum number of players. We also have the option to choose the runtime for this map and so forth. Once we make a modification, we press Save Modification, and you will see that if I change the map and come back to Bitter Beach, it has been saved correctly. Mode name, here you can choose a mode and see the maps that are available for this mode. For instance, taking red light, green light, we see desert plain and slippery slope. To add a new map, we click on a map that is currently not present. These are the maps that have not been added for now. We can click on Add Map and we see that here Mini Monkey is added. If you want to remove it, you do Remove Map. This is how you can personalize your game modes with diverse maps. Here we can view the players who are banned and potentially lift their bans. I will demonstrate to you what it looks like. I am going to include a fictitious player to my list of banned players. For instance, I'll include his Steam ID here. Naturally, it's automated with the mod and the name, Layer. There you go. And you will see that here, now we see player and I can just unban. And we will just have player Sussex fully unbanned. Then we can go to the config section where we can manage some settings. For example, this is the menu key. We can change it by pressing edit. I could put F3 for example, or F5, or I can put A, B, whatever you want. You can put something else. Okay, we will keep that. And you observe that there are numerous potential configurations. Hop, fireworks, it corresponds to the conclusion of the game mode. It is a celebratory animation in brief. Snowball to disable, enable snowballs, etc. You can configure everything from this little menu. There are a few small things that can be done that are not configurable from the menu because it has not been updated yet. It might be the case later on. We can initiate a game and you will observe that the server of a custom chat system. And here we see that it says new round. And if I input a message and I say hello, hello, we will see that there would be written Gibson with something in front of gold. If, for example, you don't want to have the rank in front of the player, you can go to the Gibson server controller, go to Display Rank in Chat, set it to false, and click Save Modification. Now if I speak, you can see that only my name is written down. Furthermore, another action we can take is to include a list of filtered words to avoid any potential problems from arising. For instance, if I don't want players to write Prout in chat, let's say, if I try the test Prout, the chat will send a troll message like, I love Gibson. If I try to put proud, it won't work. And if I remove the word proud, now we can write proud in the chat. Of course, banned words like, for example, that word will remain automatically banned. You observe that you have the ability to include numerous prohibited terms in a similar manner as this. What else can we see? Here we see a layer list. It corresponds to all players on the server, but it's not updated, as I haven't started a game. And report, it's your file where people will have the chat reports. So if I put, for example, report number 1, hacking, we see that it will appear here. Gibson reported. Gibson? What I wanted to show you was here, you have player data, these are files for each player, you can modify them. You observe that there is a player who has joined, and we are going to initiate a ranked game. Therefore we implement a ranking system, which is the command, and then we are able to commence. Thus, here you can perceive that it is in custom mode, which is provided by the game. You see that we can still see the messages from the previous game, and there the game told us player 3 and the average elo was 1000. He sees that I won, and so there is the little animation. And if I look at my elo now, he sees that I have gained elo. Sometimes you will have little bombs like that, but it's not annoying. Just a matter of time before it returns to the lobby. Press F5. Here, you can see we have many options. We have the option to skip the lobby. We have the option to skip the pre-match timer if desired. We have the capability to send automated messages. Auto server message, we are planning to proceed to message. Here we can insert custom messages, such as a test message. You see that at some point the server will tell me test message. See, this message is warned. There you can put several messages, it will send one randomly. The postmortem speak feature enables you to communicate as a host in all games. Even if you're dead, you'll still speak. Host AFK, it's just to be AFK. And there, you have anti-cheat integrated with basic features. Click arrows on selector. Switch player if multiple. View info like speed, etc. displayed. Use arrows to navigate. Switch top player. See info such as speed. That's about it for the presentation of this modification, at least everything that is crucial and significant. You have other small options that you can have searched. You see that we can do help to have all the commands, and there are already quite a few. Here, thank you all for following me, and see you next time for another video.